$1.59. These are what I was looking for. They're a lot cheaper than I thought they'd be. Schneider's is what I bought earlier, and I maybe shouldn't have bought them. I should have waited. I can take those home though. Those are good for the Schneider ones. Are good for if you have diarrhea. And I hope I'm not going that way now. But that's what you eat if you have diarrhea, and it actually helps bind you up some. I don't know about the spices in there, but that's what I ate when I had diarrhea. I went over and got some at the dollar store. But the white flour is actually good for diarrhea. Not that you eat that every day. So we're at 160.7, and these were $1.59. That was the yellow bag. The bright yellow bag was $1.59, and those other ones, the Schneider's was $3. No, they were $5.79. No, they were $3. The Schneider's was $3, which isn't terribly bad. But it was more. I mean, it's heavier though. Okay. I like those chips though. It seems like the stuff that's unhealthy is the best tasting. I don't eat it every day. I usually try to buy the like the stuff with avocado oil, and it's like twice as much money for that other stuff. And sometimes it's good, but sometimes they're pretty good, but sometimes they're not as good tasting. I mean, I guess we gotta try to accustom ourselves to okay, there's nobody down there at all. So. Okay, so 5 below. If I would have had more time, I would have looked in there and seen what that is. I've heard of it. But those barbecue chips some of these older recipes, what they did was somebody invented those like 100 years ago. Some of that stuff. Some old lady came up with that, and then they sold it to the big companies, and the companies kept the recipe, but they cheapened some of the ingredients on them, but they managed to preserve the flavor. And it's like, yeah, that's why it's the best stuff, because it's those old recipes. And then these new healthy ones, some of them are good too, but they charge so much for them. I mean, like, this is $1.59. I mean, it's close to $6 for a bag of those other chips. It's just, I mean, I don't know if I'm always going to be able to buy that stuff. And, you know, you can eat it without, like, worrying, and some of them are good. Some of them are better than others, and some flavors are better than others of them brands. But they're expensive. I think some of them have come down a little bit. I think it was $3.79 for those real healthy chips. I think it was $3.79 a bag. One time I bought them or something, or the last time I bought them. But I don't usually pay that kind of money for that stuff. I didn't used to, but if it's healthy, if it's using like cassava flour and stuff like that, you don't mind if somebody spilled all their papers. But you know, everything's gone up though. But $1.59 for these, that's cheap. It's almost like the price didn't go up on these at all. Okay. I don't know what they were 4 years ago. I don't buy them that often. I don't like to buy them every week because I know they're not real healthy. I go on this trip once a year, and I didn't buy it last year, but I bought it the year before, I think, and I don't remember what it was. Junction of 19. Okay. See, now this is 4 lanes here. Cannon Falls, I recognize that. That was one of the places where I thought of camping. If I were to camp out here, and I'm 163 miles from home, 163.5, and there was a campground. But you're all stuck in with a bunch of other people, and you're paying a bunch of money to be stuck in with a bunch of other people. I mean, today there probably wouldn't be that many people there, but if it was a busy day, you might be parked right next to, maybe right between 2 other people. Better off parking at a rest area for free with water, with a toilet that runs by water, hot and cold water, so you can wash your face. I mean, a lot of these places just have pit toilets, and you got to pay to either there you got to walk to the bathroom. You know, there's not going to be a bathroom right next to your. Although at the one there was at Campground 2. There was, but usually you're not going to have a toilet right next to your campground because you can't do that. They can't afford to do that. Here's the Cannon River, but that campground is on this river. In my next life, I think things will be a lot better as far as food and these wars and stuff. I don't think we'll be having all these senseless wars. I think that's going to come to an end, even in my life, perhaps. I think we got a few more years to go. But both Cryon and other people that channel or whatever get these messages, they all say, no, we're not going to have a nuclear war. And a lot of people probably are scared, and they know that. And the one message, it wasn't from Cryon, it was from someone else. He says, no, they're going to actually prevent it. That if somebody were to fire off, push the button, that it would break, that it would glitch out or not work. And we might have had that happen a few times already, where maybe they were going to do it and they didn't, they couldn't, and just something glitches out. I think that I mean, these aliens can do that. They could probably turn off the power to things. I mean, they have their UFOs up there. They could probably turn off the power. I know they can stop a car. If they can stop a car, they can probably stop a nuclear bomb. And there's also a thing that stops detonation. Cryon talked about it. He says that it's something that physically can be done. That you can put a device somewhere and it'll stop a detonation. If they were to drop a bomb on a building, it wouldn't detonate. It just wouldn't do anything. A gun wouldn't even fire. There would be no. You couldn't fight. You couldn't have war. That it stops things from igniting